What is up, my Bedinguses? Welcome to another JTR deck review, and today we are revisiting Dragapult EX. Now, this is one of the first videos that we released on our channel for TCG Live, but the reason why we're revisiting this deck is because it is still the top deck of the format. You should be aiming to beat this deck in locals, in regionals, in nationals, anything really. At the top of the ladder, you're probably going to see this card, right? Now, 320 is a pretty good benchmark for most Pokemon inside of the current standard meta game. But Dragapult being able to put 260 damage on board for just 2 energy makes this one of the best contenders in the entire meta. Now, this deck loves to set up and then take 5, almost 6 prizes a turn. Sometimes, if they play the deck correctly, you can set up a 5, almost 6 prize turn if they're placing their damage counters correctly. Also taking advantage of Dusknoir and their Monkey Dories and Risky Ruins. There's a bunch of combos in this deck. It's a very high at the highest tier. It can have a very high ceiling if you are piloting the deck. Now, the reason why the deck is so strong is because stage 1 to stage 2, you gain a ton of benefit for going into Dracloak and Dragapult. Sometimes you just sit on a few Dracloaks and you don't even evolve into Dragapult until the turn you're going to swing, because Dracloak's Recon Directive ability says once during your turn, you may look at the top 2 cards of your deck and put one of them into your hand and put the other card on the bottom of your deck. Now, the fact that you can run 4 of this means that every turn you are sifting the top 2 cards, picking one, and then adding it to your hand, putting the other on the bottom of the deck. This digs very deep into your deck and gains Dragapult a lot of resources. Which means that it doesn't really have too bad of a time setting up. The biggest weakness I've seen with this deck is in the early stages, they are worried about their Dreepies and their Dracloaks getting knocked out before they can set up into Dragapult, or they get stunned by Psyduck, or they get stunned by a Battle Cage. Now, they do have ways of playing around it. They really only need 1 or 2 turns of swinging in if they are playing the deck correctly to really finish off the game, because they have so many different ways of putting down damage. But a big weakness of this deck is Battle Cage and Damp Psyduck. Now, Psyduck turns off Dusknoir, but if they are able to take advantage of it, they run a 2-1-2 line of Duskull through Dusknoir. Everybody knows what Dusknoir really does, but both Dusclops and Dusknoir both have Curse Blast. Dusclops puts 5 damage counters on any Pokemon on your opponent's side of the board, and then if they do go into Dusknoir, then it's putting 13 damage counters on the opponent's side of the board. Now, another combo that a lot of Dragapult players are enjoying is they run 2 Monkey Dory and they run 2 Risky Ruins. Now, Risky Ruins puts all of our 70 HP Pokemon back in 70, 80 HP Pokemon back in range of Dragapult for Phantom Dive, because Phantom Dive puts 6 damage counters down on the bench in any way that they like. They could spread the damage counters. They could put 6 on a single Pokemon. They could do it whatever way they want to, as long as you do not have Battle Cage. Now, they run 2 Monkey Dory and they set up Risky Ruins. This says whenever a player puts a basic non-darkness type Pokemon onto their bench during their turn, they place 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. So it takes a 70 HP Pokemon and puts 2 damage counters on it, making it 50 HP, and puts it in range of Phantom Dive. But also Monkey Dory can put 2 damage counters on itself, and then attach a Darkness Energy and then immediately move that 2 damage. So even in the mirror, if you get a Monkey Dory early, you could just straight up knock out Badoo. If they set up Risky Ruins, put down a Monkey, attach Darkness Energy, and then they could knock out the other Badoo with their own Badoo and also keep their item lock. Now, You may also notice that the deck does not run Latias anymore. They run Pheasantipity, and they run Meowth. Now, the reason for this is Latias a lot of the time is just a huge liability, and it really is only for that opening turn. But because you have pads and you have Buddy Buddy Poffins and you have Ultra Balls, there really isn't a need for Latias anymore. So they opt for more consistency with Meowth and Fez. But just Phantom Dive in itself is just a very hard-hitting move. It's gonna guarantee 2 hits, and then put 6 damage counters on any of your Pokemon. There will be, after 2 hits, there's 12 damage counters somewhere on your board in some way, shape, or form. And Dusknoir also enables them to, again, with 120 damage, that's an extra 250 damage after 2 hits, and then popping 1 Dusknoir. Now they also run, obviously the most consistent cards, 4 pads, 4 Poffins, to just grab their Duskulls, their Dreepies, and their Badoos. Pad gets them any of their evolution line outside of Dragapult EX and Meowth and Fez. The Ultra Balls, grab them their Dragapults, Meowth, and Fez, or anything that they really need. Then they run 3 rare candy. So some choose to opt for 2 candy, some run 3. It depends on their lines that they're running. So here there's a 4-4-2 line of Dragapult, so you'll probably use 1 or 2 candies here, and then probably a candy on Dusknoir, and then a backup candy just in case, right? Just in case one gets prized. They run 2 stretchers. Now, because they only run 2 stretchers, what I've noticed with this deck is that if they do discard any resources, if they just end up having to discard any energy, anything like that, it hurts Dragapult a lot. Not to say that it completely turns off the engine, but in the mid game, it does affect them if you do take a knockout on their Dragapult. So pay attention if your opponent is Ultra Balling energies away, or just for some reason not putting them down. Maybe they're holding them just to use the 2 Crispin to turn on the Dragapult right away. Another thing is the deck opts to run Unfair Stamp, of course the fairest of ace specs in this current meta. It runs 4 Lilies for consistency, 3 Boss's Orders, 2 Crispins to immediately turn on their Dragapults. They grab a fire and a psychic energy, throw it onto a Dragapult, and Crispin gets them on right away. Or if they did attach a previous energy, then they will just grab the darkness energy that they're missing for their Monkey Dory and then throw it on that as well. Dawn just makes the stage 2 lines a lot more consistent. They're able to grab Meowth, Fez, Monkey Dory, Badoo, with just the basic side of Dawn, and then they could grab a stage 1 and a stage 2 and whatever mixture that they like. Petrol gets them their candies or any items that they may be missing. Petrol can also grab Stamp. But another thing that the way that Dragapult gets their energies back now from discard will be Rose's Encouragement. Now, Rose's is a new card in Perfect Order. It says you can use this card only if you have more prize cards remaining than your opponent. Attach up to 2 basic energy cards from your discard pile to one of your stage 2 Pokemon. Now, Rose's can immediately grab a Fire and a Psychic energy from their discard and attach it to a brand new Dragapult. It's just pretty much Crispin, but from their discard. And their opponent has to be ahead in prizes. So in terms of playing from behind, Roses is the card that you should be paying attention to and looking out for and playing around the line for if your opponent is behind on prizes playing Dragapult. Now, the Risky Ruins, we've already explained, it does put things in range. Makes things a lot more consistent for Dragapult, and then it runs 2 Darkness Energy, 3 Fire Energy, and 3 Psychic Energy. Now, we have a few matches coming up with this deck. The matchups were pretty insane. It's the normal matchups that you'll usually see. Like we have a match with I believe Lucario, Alakazam, the Mirror, and then I believe a Corner Pawn matchup. So if you are learning how to play this deck, we do have some matches for you guys to watch. And if you are learning more about how to play against the deck, then pay attention to how I am playing the cards, and you will start to learn and see when the deck is behind and when the deck is super ahead. Now, hope you guys enjoy the video, and let's get into it. Precious Trolley off the top. Mega Lucario. No max belt is interesting. Oh, he has two Makuhitas on board. Let's see what happens, chat. Air Balloon on the Lunatone retreats. Is that a Prism Energy? I'm assuming you want to knock out a Dreepy. Oh. That's just Lily, chat. We get a Poffin. We'll get another Dreepy. And a Badoo. No energy sucks. Just pass the turn. I don't think I want to bench Fez in this matchup. Unless I really have to. So he stretches up for a fighting energy. He's gonna Lunar Cycle. Zerosic. That's 70. 70 to Monkey Dory. Plays Ultra Ball. Discards a Wally's and a Psychic Energy. Why does he have Psychic Energy? What is he running in the back? He's gonna get a Hariyama to boss up a Dreepy. Now I wish I kept that petrol. Cosmic Beam takes a knockout. He doesn't have Mega Lucario yet, so that's good. All right, we'll just Lily here. Get a Duskull, Pokepad, get a Dracloak. Let's recon. Get a Fire Energy. Put down another Badoo. Put down the Fire Energy. And just Itchy Pollen. Battle Cage, that's rough. Go into another Dracloak. Double Recon. Take the Fire Energy here. I'll take the Ultra Ball here. Go into Psychic Energy. Dusclops. Dragapult. Meowth. Grab a Lily. Hopefully a Stadium. Yes. Okay. Bump that. Retreat here. Push this up. Phantom Dive. All right, we got Crispin. We have essentially 3 prizes next turn, chat. Why do they always have Enhanced Hammer the second I put my Rocket Energy into play? That's funny. I guess you gotta play it though, like play it the turn you can use it, Orcas. You can't just set it down because if you just set it down on the bench, then they just Enhance Hammer it, right? Okay, so he gets Lucario. Plays Gravity Mountain. He just needs a Gatorade. Or that. Recon. We get Dragapult. Nice. Alright, so we can Dusknoir. Retreat into Dracloak. Crispin. Put this into hand. Put this on Dracloak. Psychic Energy, Dragapult, Sack. That damage there. Poffin. Phantom Dive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 10 on the Makuhita. Alright, so no Mega Lucario shenanigans. He can, like, just Soul Rock, Hariyama, kill Badoo. Okay, so he doesn't have Soul Rock. He's gonna Judge. We get Dawn. All right, we win, chat. Wow. Ban wrote him. Could be Alakazam. Our new emotes are live, chat. Let's just go for a Mind Bend. Our new emote is live, chat. He's confused, so even if he... I don't know what the point of that boss was. Switch. Okay. It's double recon. That's pretty good. Grab a lily here, chat. Alright, let's just item lock. I don't know, it feels like Dark is cursed. It never seems to work. Why does it feel like that, Nova? You guys have your new emotes live? There's all your new emotes. You guys get an Ultra Ball as well. We'll get Petrol. We'll get Fez. Both our Dusknors are in prize, I think. Let's sack this, kill an Abra. This will make his lilies more inconsistent. We can get a Dreepy down. Then we can take another prize. Gets the Dunsparce. Alakazam. Does he rare candy? He does. Battle Cage. Rescue Stretcher. Dawn. Dunsparce, Kadabra. Alakazam. Pokepad. So he takes a knockout on our Monkey Dory. We push up Badoo here. We need to look for a Psychic Energy, chat. We can also Fez as well. So let's Recon. Recon. There's our Psychic Energy. Okay. So we can evolve here. Go into Dracloak here. Recon again. We get a Crispin. Flip the script. And we're gonna Petrol here. And we're just gonna get Risky Ruins here. Because we can bump the Stadium, take a knockout on the Alakazam and the Abra. We'll retreat. And then we'll Phantom Dive. Five, and then triple knockout. And there's our Dusknoirs, chat. Okay. I think we have this game in the bag. Yep. Depends on what we're playing against, though. We're in the mirror. Okay. So we can get Badoo up here. He gets a second Dreepy. Pokepads for Badoo. So we'll be able to hit his Badoo first. He's going to have to retreat this Dreepy. And he doesn't. Okay, so we can... Poffin is huge here. We can get a Badoo, and we'll get another Dreepy. We'll pad, and then we'll get a Duskull. We can retreat into Badoo. And then we will Itchy Pollen. Okay, he gets one Dracloak. Gets another Dracloak. Crispin. He's going to take a knockout on Badoo, and that's fine because we have Fez. Fire energy. Push up Duskull here. Rare candy can be huge if we hit Crispin here. Get a psychic energy. Let's draw for Fez. Crispin. Aww. Oh, I mean, this is actually really good. We can rare candy into Dusknoir here. We could also rare candy into Dragapult. Put an energy here. Sack this. Kill this. He'll take a prize. We will also take a prize. Pokepad. We'll push up our Dragapult. We will get another Dreepy. We'll boss. And then take another knockout. Just gonna recon. He has 8 cards in hand, so he has some stuff he can do. Let's see what he does. He plays Pad. Gets another Dreepy. Ultra Ball. Should Ultra Ball for Dragapult. Oh. Lily's Clefairy. Okay. Retreat. I don't understand this unless he has Crispin. Okay. Two, four, six, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 240. 280. It's plus 20. So let's just double Dracloak and hope we hit a Lily off this. Get an Ultra Ball. Crispin. We can just Crispin here. Or we can Lily. No, I want to guarantee to play. So we need a fire energy. And we'll grab a psychic energy. Psychic energy to hand. Fire energy to Dragapult. We'll put a psychic energy here. We'll Phantom Dive, take the knockout. And then we will put 20, 20, 20. He hits a Lily. 6 new cards for him. He gets the Dragapult. Does he have Crispin? He can just hit for 70 and take a knockout. Oh, he's running the Blaze variant. He gets the Psyduck late. Okay. Here we push up Dracloak. We get a Fez draw off this. Wow. All right. We get a Lily. And we'll get a stamp. Okay. Question, the new psychic energy. Yes, you can only use one though. Let's get a Monkey Dory. We'll put down the Risky. We'll stamp him. We can stretch her back a Fire Energy. We'll draw. We hit Crispin. We'll just spin the block. Okay. We have a Meowth here. We can hit for 200. And we'll take a knockout on the Torchic. Because I don't need him getting Blaziken. Like, if that's Blaziken rare candy, I don't need to see that. Some of the boys are playing in the chat, Shady. So if you want to play against Orcas or Nova, you can. Just gonna Ultra Ball. Goes into Dracloak. Pokepads. For another Dracloak. His win con is attach energy boss. Okay, we win, chat. Not play around. GG. Itchy pollen. No fighting gongs, no pokepads for you. Sure. We are free to set up, chat. Let's get 2 Dreepies. Put a fire energy down. Itchy pollen. Double dingus. Doing 40 damage to a corner pawn. Spins a block with lilies. Gets Soul Rock. It's close to a knockout. We'll go into Dracloak. Discard this and this boss. Grab a lily. All right, lily. We'll Poffin again. We'll get a Dreepy and a Duskull. We'll put down, let's see, pad. Doesn't get us anything. We have Ultra Ball, we have Stretcher for Psychic Energy. Let's put down the Risky. And then we will Itchy Pollen again. Risky Ruins putting in work right now. Just gonna judge. We get Fez off that. That's crazy. Oh, we can rare candy. Let's put down Fez. Let's double recon. We get Dragapult. We need an energy, chat, so let's recon again. Recon again. Grab the Lily. We will evolve into Dragapult. We'll play Lily. Let's do this. Get rid of this and Risky. We'll get Dusclops. And we'll draw a new 8 cards. There's our energy. We can stamp him. We can stretch her back for Dusknoir as well. I don't think I want to do that. We have a Dusknoir in hand. We get a pad. We don't necessarily need to stamp. He's already at 4 cards. We can Phantom Dive, take the knockout on Corner Pawn, and then knock out a Binnacle. Or we can 560. Nah. We already have a triple knockout here. We could deny his draw by sacking the Dusclops, putting it on Solrock, and then putting the 60 here, taking the knockout on Solrock, but I'm pretty okay with that. Hooky pads for Lunatone. Risky Ruins putting in work. He Tarragons. Gets Corner Pawn back. If he retreats into Corner Pawn, we just knock it out, so. Gets Barbarical. Stone Arms onto the Corner Pawn. And we just boss up the Corner Pawn and then sack Dusknoir, and we win, chat. So let's boss up the Corner Pawn. Play Dusknoir. Sack. Kill this. And that extra 20 damage from the Risky Ruins is what is enabling this play. We take a prize, chat. And then we win. GG, chat. If you made it this far into the video, appreciate you watching. Hope you enjoyed the matches that we played. If you want to see us play more decks like this live, you could visit us at twitch.tv/JTR_TCG. and recommend some more decks that you guys want to see. I know that some people have been requesting the Blaziken variant of this deck, so we'll probably be visiting that really soon. And we also noticed that 90% of you that watch our videos aren't currently subscribed to the channel, so if you could kindly hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, leave a like, comment, and sub, we would really appreciate it, so we can continue to make these videos and push these out to people that need to see them. And yeah, hope to see you on the next one, and have a good one.